Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So about a month and a half ago, I see an interview where Eddie Hearn mentioned about the fact that he wouldn't mind seeing Dillian Whyte versus Derek Chisora for a third time. And I decided to ignore it. I thought, you know what, I ain't going to even react to it. Then, of course, after Derek Chisora defeated Kubrat Pulev, in one of the interviews that Eddie Hearn done, he mentioned, again, I don't know why, there's something in me that wouldn't mind seeing Dillian Whyte versus Derek Chisora, part 3, the trilogy. Now, my response to that one is as simple as I could possibly put it, which would be fuck the fuck off. I have no interest in watching that third fight. Dillian Whyte has defeated him twice. It's on record, whether you agree with the first fight or whether you don't. It's on record. Whether you thought Dillian Whyte was losing the second fight before he knocked out Derek Chisora, it makes no difference. He knocked out definitively Derek Chisora. There's no reason for a third fight unless it's going to be for a final eliminator, a mandatory position, maybe a European title at minimum. There's no reason to see this third fight. I don't like trilogies unless it's absolutely necessary. I've always been that way. Now, if you're Dillian Whyte, surely he must look at Eddie Hearn and go, really? Is that the best you can offer me? You just want to make money. That's all you want to do off me is make money. What about a route back into world title contention? What about that? Now, I did an interview with Eddie Hearn some odd years ago when the WBC screwed over Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn with a mandatory position where they gave it to Dominic Brazil. We all know why. It's because it was a PBC link thing. But I said to Eddie Hearn, why don't you make an offer for Dillian Whyte to fight Dominic Brazil? And Eddie Hearn's response to me in interview, you can go back to my channel, just go to my playlist, search for the Eddie Hearn interviews back then, and he quite clearly stated to me he has no interest in making that fight because it won't do well at the gate. It's not a huge fight that fans are calling for, even though it would have got Dillian Whyte a world title shot a couple of years before he did. He wanted the Derek Chisora rematch because it would do well at the gate. Now, argument would be one, if we're just talking about financials. Absolutely. Ultimately, it is prize fighting, so I can't argue with it too much. But fast forward to now, Dillian doesn't need those big paydays. He wants another crack at the world title. Don't be wrong. Listen, a payday would be nice. Of course it would. He ain't going to turn that down. But he's got to look at Eddie Hearn and go, is that really the best you can offer me? At no point has Eddie Hearn mentioned in any interview about Dillian Whyte fighting the winner of Filip Hrgović and Zhilei Zhang for the IBF mandatory. That's a short route back into world title contention. Dillian Whyte could look at Frank Warren. Frank Warren, at least as far as the interviews are concerned, has mentioned Daniel Dubois to defend his WBA regular World Heavyweight Championship against Dillian Whyte. Joe Joyce to defend his WBO mandatory position against Dillian Whyte. They are short routes back into title contention. I mean, listen, I know that a lot of fighters have been leaving Eddie Hearn, and each and every time they do, Eddie Hearn always gives the same response. Well, I didn't really have anything for them anyway. And I'm pretty sure if Dillian Whyte went with Queensbury or went with Boxer or whoever, Eddie Hearn would say the same thing. Well, I didn't really have anything for him. If I was Dillian Whyte, take the hint. Take the hint. He's got no interest in getting you back into world title contention, none whatsoever. And that's disappointing. That's very, very disappointing. Because at this point in Dillian Whyte's career, he needs to get back in there ASAP. No time to be messing about. No time to be messing about. The shortest route possible, and the shortest route possible right now, is Daniel Dubois. If he fights Daniel Dubois, if he defeats Daniel Dubois, he is next for the winner of Joshua Usyk. That's the short route. Now, I don't know what the relationship between Dillian Whyte and Frank Warren is. According to Frank Warren, they parted on good terms after everything that went on for the Tyson Fury fight, but they parted on good terms. So maybe that would be the best route for Dillian Whyte. Forget about what money it is that they're offering. Get in there, beat down Dubois, become WBO regular world heavyweight champion straight away, and then go fight the winner of Joshua Usyk, because that will be called next if the winner doesn't fight Fury for undisputed. Screw this Derek Chisora third fight. Screw it. I want to see Derek Chisora go fight, I don't know, somebody else. Whoever. Anybody else. I only want to see a good fight for Dillian Whyte. And if that's not going to be for world title contention, then a Deontay Wilder, for example. A Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Luis Ortiz winner. Same with Derek Chisora. Why not fight the winner of Andy Ruiz Jr. Luis Ortiz or something like that? Why does it have to be them two all the time? Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.